Today, the drivers have been given their briefing ahead of the 80th edition of the Le Mans 24-hour car race. They've also been mingling with the courageous fans who have turned up despite the rain for the traditional autograph session. Our special guest for tonight's edition of Le Mans 24 Minutes is a two-time winner here. He also holds the record as the youngest ever champion. But before we meet him, let's take a look at the summary.
Coming up today, we'll feature Toyota's return to Le Mans. We'll take a look at the Corvette team, check in on the GT Academy, and Alain McNish will talk us through one of the keys to the Le Mans 24 hours, which is, of course, traffic.
Well, welcome to another edition of Le Mans 24 Minutes. And, well, I just want to tell you that our team is in place. Justine is down in the stands. Sebastian's next to me here in the studio. And our special guest, a two-time winner here at Le Mans, is Alex Wirtz. Good to have you back in the studio again, Alex.
Robbie, thank you. Very happy to be with you, even so it's slightly chilly.
Yeah, you had your bobble hat on earlier, you know, just get it out if it gets too cold, okay? Now, Alex, of course, you spent 4 years with Peugeot. You've now changed over. You're now with Toyota since last year. I mean, what have you had to do to change and adapt to this new environment?
Very disciplined, you know. Japanese-run team, but no, in the end of the day, it's more or less a startup project. But very appealing for a driver when an ex-Formula 1 team comes in with immense infrastructure in Cologne, with the hybrid technology coming from, I would say, the leading manufacturer in hybrid technology, Toyota. These two together were extremely appealing, so I was pushing to be part of the team, and they selected me as the first driver, so I'm extremely happy.
Okay, well, we'll ask you many questions throughout the programme, of course, Alex, regarding the car and your teammates, etc. Of course, Toyota, they're mounting a massive challenge for Le Mans this year, and they're only a second off Audi's best lap time here at the testing here at Le Mans last week. We've got a little report that takes a look at their road to Le Mans.
Well, if you didn't already know, Toyota is back in Le Mans 24 hours, 13 years after their last appearance. And on January the 9th, at the Paul Ricard circuit in France, Toyota prepared for the installation day and work begun on a completely new car. 2 days later, the car is rolled out and the realization of a dream is brought to life as for the first time, the all-new Toyota TS Hybrid gets its first run out on circuit. After a full day of testing, the crew, the drivers, everybody involved are shattered as they focus on a crucial debrief on the problems that were encountered whilst out on circuit. Toyota tested various hybrid components, including charging, power recovery, power assist, as well as checking the electronically controlled braking and seeing if they can harmonise it with the hybrid brakes. For 2012, Toyota set their sights fully on Le Mans, and more so Audi. And though in the past it's always been a battle between factory diesels and privately funded unleaded cars, this year all of that changes as two heavyweight factory teams go head-to-head using hybrid technology. 3 months after their first test, and again at the Paul Ricard circuit in France, Toyota's plans to race 2 hybrid cars suffered a huge setback. As during testing, Nicolas Lapierre lost control of the car and crashed Toyota's only prototype. A month after the devastating crash, Toyota travelled to the Motorland Aragon circuit for some urgent testing. The crash and unscripted problems in France caused them to miss the 6-hour race at Spa, scheduled to be Toyota's first since their comeback. As they attempted to build a second car, the crew were against the clock with the next set time to be at Le Mans. Luckily though, the 2 Toyota hybrids dressed in red, white and blue were built in time, sporting numbers 7 and 8. They're just about ready to race.
Alex, about just after Christmas, I bumped into you at the Munich airport. I think you came from seat fitting in the Cologne factory. Then 2 weeks later, you had your first rollout. Now, today, are you where you wanted to be with your project?
Well, we are here in Le Mans. That's why we wanted to be. But asking me as a very technical person and a perfectionist, no, we are not ready where we are. And especially if you see the comparison of us being 5 months on the testing track, 6 months existing since sign-off of the program, comparing ourselves to maybe the dominator of the last decade in sports car racing of Audi. So it's a pretty unbalanced comparison, but anyway, we have to start at one point. It's pretty tough to come here starting at Le Mans at a 24-hour race, but we're facing this challenge.
But tell me about the first time you got into the car. You were the first to test. How did it feel? What was your sensation? Did you know, okay, this is a thing where we can go far with?
Of course, it's a bit nerve-wracking when you're going into the car, and it's complete new technology. But it was like a glimpse into the future, you know, when you're just driving away on electric power, and you could see it in the footage before. We make no noise. We live like electric. Yeah. Very futuristic, super cool, and
very strange in the pit lane, by the way.
Yes, actually a bit dangerous for photographers not to see it. But so you are zooming away like Spock, or beaming away like Spock, and then you drop the clutch, and the combustion engine comes in, and it's like, oh, I still have my old friends, you know, who makes the noise. So no, it's really cool technology.
Well, we apparently Justine is down in the pits. She's with some of your friends as well, your teammates, Kazuki Nakajima and Nicolas Lapierre. Justine.
Yes, we're here. Alex just said it's chilly up there. Here it's freezing. And Nico, you had a big incident in April with this car, and the team was not sure to have the car here. How the team worked to have this beautiful car here?
It was a huge challenge already to have one car, so have 2 cars was a big effort from the team. We had this trouble in April in Ricard. We knew it could happen with a new car. It's a new project, new technology, so we are a bit tight in pieces, so it took time to get back on track. But they did a great job, and in May we could start testing again. We had to miss Spa race, but at the end we did a good program, and I think we are ready enough to be here.
Happy to be here, and happy as Kazuki is happy. First time here in Le Mans. So you have 2 teammates who have a lot of experience. So does it help? Are they helping you a lot?
Well, definitely they are helping me quite a lot, and it's something special for me to come to Le Mans for the first time, and especially together with Toyota, it makes it even more special. And it's good to have Alex and Nico, because I know him from my previous experience, and they have a lot more experience than me in Le Mans, so they can help me quite a lot. And actually, it's a big help, because I don't know anything about here, so it's a nice teammates.
Thank you.
You've got kind of a professor, you know, in yourself. You're a kind of a guru now, Alex. That's like your role. And you've also, I know it's a lot of pressure, but you've taken up the role of driving mentor for the Williams Formula One team. I mean, has that role helped you and your teammates in creating something special here, getting a bond between the teammates?
Well, the whole thing started in sports car racing, because with Marc Genet, who I think will join us later, and Anthony Davidson, when we were at Peugeot, we realized kind of sharing all the secrets and mentally supporting each other was the key for our car, and we've been in the last 2 years an extremely successful Peugeot driver lineup. And also my role in the FIA Institute Young Driver Academy helped me a lot to understand how to work with drivers, use my experience, especially from the extreme days of testing, tire testing in F1 with Michelin, you know, 30 sets of tires per day. You learn so much. So these are the things I pass on, and it's a very interesting job with the Williams F1 team, with Maldonado, Senna and Valtteri Bottas. But also with my 2 super fast teammates, who I'm very pleased to be one of them. I think we are building up a really good relationship. I'll tell you more on Sunday, 3 o'clock, how it works.
Yeah, for 3:15, 3:30, you'll have more about, more knowledge on that. Well, we're going to have a small commercial break. Just after that, we'll find out about the rookie behind the wheel in the Corvette team. I think we're back in the studio here with, I think we're back live, I'm pretty sure about it. Alex Wirtz. Now, of course, the engineers, the technicians, been working overtime, really, to get the Toyota hybrid cars ready, get the settings right. We know you love to analyze and find solutions to problems. I mean, tell us about the car, its advantages and its downfalls.
Yeah, first of all, the Toyota is a full hybrid where the hybrid system is totally integrated in the drivetrain, not like, let's say, a Formula One system which is put on top onto the drivetrain and you're just activating it under braking and discharging in the exit of corners. There are very technical differences there. Quite a lot of challenges as well, but I'm not allowed to go into the technical details. But this is a complete futuristic race car. As it stands, it's very far ahead of its technology to anyone else out there in hybrid. And we can see and feel that. So the effort Toyota put in is I think it's a clear advantage. Our competitors have said that out of the corners we are like slingshots, and I think that's it's good when the competition does the marketing for us.
Well, slingshots, well, they've got them also in the GT category. The iconic yellow and black beasts are looking to make their mark this year. And Corvette, Chevrolet, they've got a rookie in Jordan Taylor, who will get his first taste of LaSalle. This report takes a look at the 21-year-old American's fairy tale.
In the Corvette team, the driver lineup has changed a little since last year. Olivier Beretta has taken a different path and is replaced this year by a young American driver.
The new guy is a new young American, just turned 21 years old, Jordan Taylor. Has a wealth of racing experience in his young life. He's a very buttoned-up guy, very focused, and I think he's going to be a great addition to our team. And obviously, being so young, I think he has a long future with Corvette.
When 10-year-old Jordan Taylor first visited the 24-hour Le Mans in 2001, he immediately knew how special it was, and now he returns as a driver.
In 1998, when my dad won the race in the prototype class, I really started following it, and then I came here for the first time in 2001. So that was a really cool experience, and once I actually saw the place, I realized that sports car was the place I wanted to be.
21-year-old college student from Florida will now join Jan Magnussen and Antonio Garcia in the number 73 Corvette, drivers that have won a total of 7 victories at Le Mans.
Looking to them to get a few tips and some advice going into the race, but for the first few days of practice, I'll be studying data over theirs and seeing where I can improve and trying to follow them in their steps.
For an American driver, racing a Corvette at Le Mans comes with its pressures, but it is a dream come true for Taylor.
And to be American and be associated with Chevy and Corvette was just amazing to get that opportunity. So I'm very grateful for it and really excited. Definitely don't want to let them down and do my best.
Alex, were you yourself inspired by your dad when you started your motorsport career?
Definitely. I mean, my father was 3 times European champion in rallycross at the time where rallycross was the top league, and you know, I grown up on the racetrack and remember all the emotions, and that definitely inspired me big time.
Well, we're going to now have a look at a report looking at some of those youngsters who are keen on making and carving a great career in motorsport. It is, of course, the GT Academy.
Two computer gamers have won their chance to go from virtual to real racing in the battleground that is the Le Mans 24 Hours. GT Academy winners Lucas Ordóñez and Jordan Tressen are about to take part in the most important race of their lives. Scrutineering is the official start to Le Mans, and the technical checks are performed in the cars right in front of the fans' eyes.
All the crowd can be here and be close to the drivers and all of the cars.
All the cars are prepared, but are the drivers ready?
I feel quite calm, better than last year. Last year I was a bit lost and, you know, really under pressure. Now I'm more relaxed and trying to, you know, to be focused. Lots of media here, lots of fans asking for autographs.
It's really nice to be close to the crowd, and it's nice for them also to be close to the car and the drivers.
So from a computer game to reality, how does Jordan feel about the whole experience?
It's only 2 years since I won GT Academy in 2010. I think no one went from nothing to Le Mans in 2 years before.
When you have more experience, everything is easier, no? You have more experience in the car, more experience with all the people here, more confidence in yourself.
Lucas has proved last year that it was possible because he finished second. No, I'm not really nervous. For me, just a race like another one.
It's not just any old race though, it's one of the world's biggest.
If I had to choose between winning Le Mans and the World Endurance Championship, I would choose Le Mans.
I wish him the best, but not the win at Le Mans.
Well, there's some motivated youngsters there for sure, and there was motivation at the age of 22, Alex, when you actually became the youngest driver to win Le Mans. I mean, we've got some images that we'll look at right now. I mean, you know, just explain to us, you know, what was going through your head, what happened when you went past the checkered flag at that, you know, young, tender age in your Porsche in 1996.
Yeah, it was a mega weekend, but at the time I came into this quite lucky. I was subsidizing at the test, was fastest at the test, and Reinhold just said, okay, race for me. The whole paddock declared him as crazy to put in a young guy like me, and we had a faultless race, tough battle against the factory Porsche. We've beaten them because faultless and better on fuel consumption was a close battle, but it kickstarted my F1 career because the day after winning this, Flavio Briatore called me and invited me for F1 test.
Yeah, yeah.
It's cool stuff.
It's a beautiful story. It's a beautiful story. We'll have a small commercial break, then we'll come back and we've got another guest down in the pits with Justine. But let's take a break for a couple of moments. Welcome back to 24 Minutes, and well, we're shivering, but we're nearly there. You know, we've got Alex Wirtz here in the studio and Sebastian Tiffer, but it's quite cold.
It's very cold, actually. Alex, tomorrow the car's going to be on track the first time, qualifying session, and we know Toyota wants to be very quick. How important is the pole position for you, not for the race, but as a statement?
I mean, first we have to see if we're in a position to fight for pole. The test day was pretty good. I've set fastest middle sector. Nico, in his long run, did a fantastic long run time and first lap time. So we showed very good pace. But we are a bit under pressure because everyone thinks we are subsidizing Peugeot and instantly beat Audi. And honestly, I think if we are in a position to apply pressure to them, as long as we possibly can apply pressure, and then see in the end of the race where we are, that would be already a fantastic achievement for our first showing.
But you had the top speed on the test day, and you were very strong in this sector with the long straight. Is that something you can build on?
Yeah, we can, but you know, I come from the diesel camp from Peugeot, and I know that they have a boost switch. So I'm pretty sure they had 2 or 3 more clicks. So every time we increase the pace, they instantly increase the pace.
Wow.
The top speeds are down from last year. That's all normal. I mean, everyone is hiding their cards, and I think comes the race day. If we put pressure, we will see the true pace and the true difference.
Well, hopefully we'll see some great rivalry at Le Mans next weekend. And one of the rivals of Toyota is, of course, Audi. And Justine is down in the pits with Mark Jenny.
Still freezing. Thank you, Alex. We really love you. I swear we love you to be here. Mark, happy to see you here. How did you learn you're going to do the 24 hours?
I just learned the week of the pre-test. I was in Ingolstadt doing some meetings, and they called me up and they told me that Timo was not fit to race. So it's been everything's been last minute, but I'm very glad to be here.
We saw you for your first race in Spa winning. It was, I think, incredible for you. Do you think you have a chance to win with the Ultra against the e-tron?
Yeah, we do have a chance. The e-tron has more performance, but the Ultra is a very tested car, you know, and as we saw in Spa, the Ultra was quicker in the e-tron was quicker in qualifying, was quicker for sure in the wet, but then in the race we had a very balanced car and we managed to be quickest all three drivers. So yeah, we do have a chance.
I think you know really well our guest because our guest is Alexander Wurz, and you won one title with him. Would it be not too strange to race against each other with a different car and to win, of course?
Yeah, it would be strange. He's one of my best friends. It's very strange to have friends in motorsport, and he's one of the very few ones I have. He's helped me a lot even be where I am now. And I know he's going to be tough to beat, and Toyota did a very good job. I think we are favorites, of course. We've been here for so many years as Audi. But as he said, you know, I think they're going to push us very hard, and I think we're going to do a very good show. I don't know for how long, you know, but we're going to have a good fight in the track.
Do you have a word for him?
Yeah, I told him, you know, we always speak on SMS and stuff, and I said, well, we'll see each other on the track, but I will not make life easy for him, but I know he will not make life easy for me.
We should have a reaction, surely, from Alex here.
Oh, if he's nice, I give him a toe on the first lap.
But do you meet sometimes in the paddock? I mean, the pits, the garages are so far away from each other. Do you cross the ways?
No, but for example, in Monaco, Marc came with his kids and he stayed in my house. He forgot the shoes for his daughter, and I had to bring it to the Audi tent just 2 days ago. So I mean, we are very good friends. But as Marc said in the email today, it's like no mercy on the track. So.
He's ready. Yeah.
We just saw some images, of course, in 2009, you know, when you were racing with Marc Jenier. I mean, that was a very special moment, wasn't it? I mean, you know, what was it like to get up there, you know, how many years after you first won it in 1996? I mean, that's 16 years.
13 years.
13, sorry.
I have Formula One career in between, which not too bad, but it was obviously special. The fight inside the Peugeot team was intense, like really intense, and that bonded the friendship of Marc and David Brabham and myself even more to go through that for 23 hours and 20 minutes until the race was safe in our hands.
Wonderful stories coming from Le Mans. Now every day we'll look at the composition of key elements which will affect the drivers on race day. Alan McNeish has revealed his keys to Le Mans.
A very important part of performance at Le Mans and sports car racing in general is traffic. When we're on this circuit, there's 55 other cars on track as well. And there's a big speed differential now between the straights, where all the cars are kind of close, to be honest. They're all about 320 kilometers per hour. But then when you get to the corners, there is a big speed differential. LMP1s, for example, go through Porsche curves, maybe 80, 100 kilometers per hour faster than a GT car. And so you've got to thread your way through all of that traffic, not just for one lap, but for 24 hours. But that can affect your lap time, it can affect your fuel economy, it can affect your rhythm, it can affect the tyres. When you dive down the inside of someone, do you lock a brake? You've got to be keeping all of these factors in mind as you're trying to predict what the traffic is doing. Now we're here at the Dunlop chicane. It's the first corner on the circuit and it's a good opportunity to overtake. Because when you come in here, you can go down the inside of someone and get through the corner ahead, a GT car, for example. But if we don't, if we are stuck behind that car going through it, we lose 1.5 seconds instantly. And if you think that last year's Le Mans 24 Hours was won by just over 13 seconds, you can realise how critical traffic can be. It is one of the keys to success for the Le Mans 24 Hours.
Alex, how do you deal personally and mentally with the traffic, not to get fed up behind a slower car?
No, that's a key task. To leave the emotions aside, completely rational approach, see every individual as its own task and almost forget that you're in a race. And it's especially dangerous when you're getting into kind of your zone and you're really focused on the lap times. You really have to have a word with yourself because any mistake, like Ellen has seen last year, any small misjudgment costs you the race, the car can be dangerous. So it's really critical. It needs everyone to play its own part, but obviously as a faster car, most of the time we have the responsibility to make sure we are not crashing.
I told you you've got the knowledge. You are the guru finally, Alex. This is fantastic. Well, I'm afraid we're going to have to say goodbye. So, Justine, thank you very much for you down there with Mark and in the cold. See you
very cold.
Thanks very much. Sebastian Tiffer, it's been a pleasure as usual. Alex Wirtz, it's been, we wish you best of luck. You're out on the track. You can keep warm and you can put on your bobble hat now. There you go.
Thank you.
Let's have a look at the programme tomorrow because obviously there's the cars are out on the track. The engines will begin to growl as free practice begins at 1800 hours CT. Live on Eurosport 2. The nighttime qualifying session will also be live on Eurosport 2 at 2200 hours. And of course, we'll be back for another Le Mans 24 minutes at 22:40 CET. We hope you've enjoyed the show. We're going to go and get some hot chocolate, right? Something like that. And we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks very much. Goodbye.
Well, as Robbie said, don't forget to tune in to Le Mans 24 minutes every day leading up to and during the weekend here on Eurosport. And keep up to date on all the action on yahoo.eurosport.com. But for now, from me, Steve Day, it's goodbye.